Okay. Okay, so first of all, good afternoon to all. And here I'm going to discuss about the golden ratio and the Da Vinci Code. About the author, the novel Da Vinci Code is written by Dan Brown, and his other works are Angels and Demons, the Da Vinci Code, which is published in 2003, the Law Symbols, Inferno, and Origin. Mostly in his work, we can find the same protagonist, Robert Langdon. His work is very popular, especially Da Vinci Code. There is a minor mistake of the in a spelling error. Da Vinci Code. This novel criticized by people also. Da Vinci Code, we can see that there is a mystery, there is a history, myth of Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ, suspense about the sarcophagus, and thriller also because of there are much about the bloodshed and all by the character Silas and the opacity who are involved in that kind of order and plan. Then religion also there and mathematics. So as we know that golden ratio is a part of mathematics and science. So what is the golden ratio? So putting it as simply as we can, the golden ratio, it is also known as the golden section, golden mean, divine proportion or Greek letter phi, exists when a line is divided into two parts and the longer part A. That A part and B part you can see in the here in the picture, and smaller part B is equal to the sum of A plus B divided by A, which both equal become 1.618. So uh, this golden ratio is not a new thing, but it is come from the ancient time, like Euclid and Pythagoras, Plato of their time. So Plato considers this golden time as the golden section proportion, the most binding of mathematical relations, making it the key to the physics of the cosmos. Golden ratio and its history. So some legend says that golden ratio is discovered by Hippasus, and according to some legend, it is discovered by Pythagoras. So Hippasus is a philosopher of Pythagoras, and also I find that in a time to reading and research that he also founded irrational numbers like Fibonacci numbers are there. The golden ratio is an irrational number that is approximately equal to 1.618, which is represented by the Greek symbol known as phi. There is a symbol also in the blank. The digit after decimal in the golden ratio just keep on going and never end, as such 1.618. When the ratio is used in the cubic geometry, it is also called the golden section. The golden rectangle refers to a rectangle with a short to long side ratio of 1 gem 1.618. Continues. So, an interesting aspect of the golden rectangle is that if one cuts out a square starting from one of the short side of the golden rectangle, one will have another golden rectangle. When an isosceles triangle has the ratio of the perpendicular to the basis in B, as we further see the A and B in the golden ratio, it is called a golden triangle. Similarly, there is the golden spiral, which is crown uh, uh, logarithmically. It is important to note that the geometrical shapes of the rectangle, triangle, and spiral get their golden name. When they golden name, when they have properties, then connected them back to the golden ratio. There was a keen interest in the divine proportion during the Renaissance time. As we know that Leonardo da Vinci is also a part of the time of Renaissance. He also started the art, like as we know that in this Da Vinci Code there are so many art and painting which is used by Dan Brown in the novel, like Last Supper, Mona Lisa, and other also. So the among the artists and architect, scientists, and mystics, the idea of using the golden ratio in art and uh, architecture was aesthetically pleasing and was widely established during this time. As we know that when we have a class by Vinod Joshi, and he said that we always like those things which are in a zigzag, like mountain, river, and things. So here is also golden ratio is like this zigzag type, or not uh, in a single line, a straight single line. So we like this kind of things. And how there is a number like 1.1618, so how we can get this number? So here is the counting of this number, that there is a Fibonacci number 1 1. If you add 1 in 1, then 2 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5. So this way, here is the given number like 89. We have to uh, uh, count with the 55, then we will get the 1618. After the 377 377 to and 230 by 233, then we will get the 1.618. And after all the counting of the number, when we will do it, then we will get only one number. It is a 1.618. That's why this number is become a golden ratio. After that, what is use of golden ratio or mathematic in a literature? So as we know that it is a part of nature, and we can find it also in art and painting. And painting, as we know that painting and mathematics is very much related with each other, and it is used from ancient time also, as I said that from the Plato and all them time, and using mathematics for and science. It shows that chosen characters are very intelligent and intellectual, as we know that Robert Langdon and Sophie New, and also the character of Lee Tibin. Here is the number of Fibonacci that is used by Dan Brown in the Da Vinci Code. If you take our take here, sorry, there is a mistake, a ratio diagram above, and draw an architect in each square from one corner to opposite corner. And as I already said, this is the example, textual example, which is I put here, and it is already discussed above further in, but here is the one of the textual example. And also, another example is about the Mona Lisa, and this harmony and the proportion has been recognized for thousands of centuries from the pyramid in Giza. As we know that the pyramid also used in this novel Da Vinci Code that we find in a Louvre Museum. And then from Michelangelo's the creation of Adam on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, which is here. You can see in this slide, and Da Vinci Code's Mona Lisa, that we can find the golden ratio here also. Then mathematical reference in literature are abundant. A simple use of mathematics is to show that a character has a high degree of intelligence, as when Stieg Larsson's heroine Lisbeth Salander, in the midst of ongoing danger, solved Fermat's last theorem using only the logical tools that would have been available to Fermat in 1637. As a somewhat higher level of use, a mathematical example may be used as plot development device. Dan Brown used the Fibonacci numbers this way in the Da Vinci Code. Mathematics appear in a more subtle fashion as the maze solving scheme used by Brother William in Uber equals the name of the rose. The scheme in a depth first search algorithm in a computer science jargon with an underlying mathematic justification. Then pentagram. This is also used in Da Vinci Code that it was drawn by the character Jacob and in a Louvre museum that also has this golden ratio and then the golden ratio and nature. As I already said that we can find this golden ratio in all part of the nature, like golden proportion as a golden spiral and golden pentagon are commonly present in nature. Plant and animal worlds hold the abundance of golden symmetry in their form, internal and external both. It also related with human body, as we know that whenever we apply ink in our thumb or any kind of fingers, then we uh, put our finger on any kind of things like paper, then we find the many kind the fingerprint, and there we also find this kind of the golden ratio. For example, animal horns grow only from one end, resulting on the equiangular spiral. It is proved that among different kind of spirals showing in horns of rams, goats, and antelopes and other horns animal, the golden spiral meet most often. The plant tendrils become twisted by spiral. The growth of tissues in trees trunk is formed by spiral. There the sunflower seeds appear on the spiral. The helical motions are watched at growth of the roots and sprouts. And the conclusion that golden ratio is not just a lofty mathematical theory, it show up all the time in the real world, as we see that it is also part of nature and how we can get the golden ratio and how we can see that. Then likewise, a graphic designer can use a Fibonacci sequence as a general guidelines and creative tools to make the design perfect. In modern time, there is many app also to get how we can get the golden ratio, like Fibonacci number. There is many app you can learn mathematics. So it is also this kind of app also there. And art also we can find use of it, which we can see in the whole discussion. Mathematics and science is also become a part of literature. Golden ratio, mathematics and science is used by Dan Brown in Da Vinci Code in art like painting of Mona Lisa and Last Supper. Here is a work citation, and thank you.
Okay, yes, you can stop presenting now.